What it do, y'all? What it do? Um, welcome back. Welcome back, bro. Hopefully you guys are new, old, and everything else in between. Of course, welcome back to another episode of Off My Lawn. This is your host, the Charles McDade, bro. Otherwise known as CJ, otherwise known as the guy, the man, the myth, the legend, the fucking GOAT. I mean, whatever you want to call me, you feel me? That's what you can call me. But this week, I wanted to talk about betting on yourself. Betting on yourself is something that everybody says to do, right? Everybody tells you follow your dreams. Everybody tells you do what you think is right? But when it comes down to it, betting on yourself will only work when you believe yourself that whatever it is you want to happen is going to happen, even more than the people who told you to follow your dreams, right? I think, and what I mean by that is like, you'll have friends who tell you, like, oh yeah, let's do that. You feel me? Or, oh bro, you could definitely do that. On some little shit, like you'll tell them, bro, I want to get a new car. Or, bro, I want to, you feel me? I want to do something. You know, whatever it is you may want to do. You want to do something. And they'll be like, oh yeah, for sure. But on the day of you going to get this new car or whatever, they'll be like, oh, are you sure you want that car? I mean, it's not the best car out there, but that's just stuff people say, you know? I've been noticing a lot lately that, one, when people tell stories, they tell often the same story. You know what I mean? Like, when people say a story, it's not stories. You know what I mean? It's if you pay attention, for the very, very few out there who actually do, there's certain situations that people let dictate they hold just everything. You know what I mean? Like, there's certain situations that people be in that people let define their life. You know what I mean? And for me personally, and like just what I'm trying to do, it goes back to betting on myself. I know for a fact I'm crazy, right? I know for a fact I have to be. Like, I have to be absolutely insane to even think I can do what I can do. And that's whatever. You feel me? Like, it's real funny if you think about it. It's real funny. So, like, what I mean, for instance, is even with this YouTube, you know what I mean? With this YouTube, I expect to make it good. It may not be good to y'all right now. It may not be pristine, you feel me? But I'm just starting it, so of course I'm just trying to get my feet wet right now. I'm just trying to stay consistent and at least post a video every week, telling y'all something. You feel me? I never really say, all right, I want them to know this. I want them to have this like look on my video. I don't do that. I really turn the camera on and just see what I say to y'all. Because essentially whatever I have to say to y'all is, once again, what I have to say to myself. You feel me? Like, right now, there's not a lot of people commenting, like, any questions. Like, I've had some questions here and here. Like, there are people that ask me, which I'm actually gonna help a couple of people out. Got a couple of questions that I'm gonna get to, but that's a little later in the episode. I really just want people to understand how crazy it is to want to be that icon. You know what I mean? Like, and I think great examples would be those like documentary series like The Final Dance with Michael Jordan. Uh, Kanye just had one come out, and it's it's very interesting. In the Kanye documentary, you see a lot of Kanye saying like, I'm gonna be this. I know what I am capable of. You know what I mean? I know what I can do. I know what is possible and what is not possible. Right? I think that's real. Like, it's wild to me. It's very, very wild to me. Like, if you really go back, just go back and look at old Kanye. Now, you don't have to be a Kanye fan. You don't have to listen to his music. You don't have to, you feel me, be proud of what Kanye do or say or whatever the hell, you feel me? I like to watch shit like that because that person, to a certain extent, has something that I want, you feel me? They have that mass amount of money, you feel me? They have that lump sum I'm trying to get in my pocket, right? And with a lot of these people, you notice that they don't think like everyday people. Like, and I guess that makes sense because they're part of a very select group, the 1%, as people may say. I think that 1% to me is just so interesting. Like, I've always been the type of person where I don't want to do what everybody else did. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be able to say I did some shit my way, the way I wanted to do it. Like, yeah, I had to make sacrifices here and there, but at the end of the day, certain sacrifices I didn't make. You know what I mean? Certain things, even in high school, there's certain things that I probably could have done, but I did not want to. Like, I have these like reminders on my phone. It's like a motivational reminder, and the reminder it said, how many times are you gonna let yourself down time and time again? You know what I mean? How many times are you gonna just fail on yourself? I think that's really that's the worst like that can happen to you. You know what I mean? Like, at any point in life, at any point in time in your life, any cycle in your life, you can get to a point where it's like, dude, what are you doing? You know what I mean? What's really going on? And trust me, you may have been at that point early on. You may have been at it at whatever point in life you at, you know, whatever cycle you in. You may have gotten there and been like, damn, I don't know what to do. You feel me? You gave up. And I think that's what people in this day and age don't like to admit. They don't like to admit that they gave up on themselves. Because if you watch and pay attention and listen to what, like, in these documentary series and these, even Bill Gates has I don't know if it's necessarily a docu-series, but it kind of is. It's like peeking inside of his mind type stuff. And it's really just like, he knows what he doesn't want to happen, and he knows what he does want to happen. So he doesn't focus his time on stuff he doesn't want to. Hold on. I'm going to have to pause y'all real quick. Okay, we're back. Just had some shit I had to handle. What was I saying? Pretty much you just see where people head be. You know what I mean? You see what people be focused on, and people don't want to admit that. Yeah, they they counted themselves out. You know what I mean? They didn't learn those lessons and they took losses. And for the type of person I am, I don't take a loss at any point in time. I learn a lesson, I come back from that lesson, and I do it, whatever I was trying to do, I do it better. And it, you feel me? It only increases from there. And that's really that's what I try to do in here, you feel me? Like, I hope from my first video even to this one that I have had some type of improvement, and even if y'all don't think so, as long as I can see it myself, like, that's all that really matters. Like, guys, y'all have to really understand that we live in a world where even though you may have those 4 or 5 people, your family supporting you, even though you may have whoever supporting you, you know, everybody ain't gonna support you. There's a lot of people in this world, and 9 times out of 10, it's not gonna be 50-50 on support and non-support. Most of the time, you'll find people who will laugh at you and who will know in their mind or think in their mind that you can't do it. When shit, you can really do whatever it is you're trying to do, bro. Like, I'm so just. I've really gotten to a point where I've kind of seen it. I've kind of gotten to that point where I'm like, damn, anything I said I really wanted to do, and that's what people got to pay attention to. Anything I said I really wanted to do, like something I really, really wanted to do, it's happened and it's been done, and I did it. You know what I mean? And that's something that y'all have to understand, that y'all gotta get to. You know what I mean? Even though I may have not succeeded the first time, succeeded the second time, third, fourth, fifth time, at some point in time, trust and believe, no matter what, I succeeded at some point in time. It happened, and whatever I was trying to do. But I ain't gonna get on that too much, because I could sit here forever and tell y'all how much I believe in myself and how much I just know whatever is gonna happen, it's gonna happen, and it's gonna happen for the better. I could sit here all day and tell y'all that. Like, I just wanna get some thoughts in y'all mind. Maybe something that y'all ain't thought about, something that y'all ain't listed as a possibility. Because if you really pay attention, you list to yourself the possibilities you have. Like, for me, the type of person I am a really closed off person. Like, I don't tell nobody nothing. Like, it will be a long day in hell. You won't find me, and I ain't gonna say you won't find me, but maybe it's just like I've understood from a very long point in time that at the end of the day, you can only really count on yourself. Because at the end of the day, that is who you have to live with every single day. Day in, day out, no breaks, all gas, every day. So if you can't live with the person that you are under your own skin, it's gonna be long and tough for you, if you feel me. It's gonna be very long and tough, because I've been at that point where I didn't want to be who I was. You feel me? And I tried to play like I was happy with it. You feel me? I tried to play like I was cool with being who I was. Or, yeah, really, that's what it kind of was. I tried to play like I was cool with who I was, when I really didn't like who I was at the point in time. It was not until I said, all right, fuck being who I am for other people. I'm gonna start being who I am for me. And in that, like, change of mindset, that's where the whole bet on yourself come in. Because you can only, one, love somebody as much as you love yourself, right? So that means somebody else can only have as much confidence in you as you have, in a way. Like, only certain people, because there is certain people in my life that I say I tell or just know me. You feel me? Really just know me. And maybe you don't have to really know me to see, but there's certain people who just know I'm gonna do what I want to do, right? But it's really funny because in those times where I'm myself questioning myself, because I ain't gonna say I don't question myself, you feel me? I may not say it out loud. I may never say it out loud, but trust and believe the thought has to cross my mind. Like, once again, I'm crazy, right? Crazy. But I think I'm not crazy. I know I'm not crazy, to be honest. I think I'm just ahead of the curve. I'm gonna show y'all something, hopefully in the next podcast, where y'all will see what I mean by that. So I hope y'all tune in for that. Think y'all will laugh, but I want to point out our posters that we have up today. Our posters are these three actually didn't change. This one is to let the shit go, because you can't hold on to nothing, bro. You cannot hold on to nothing. You can't take nothing personally. Don't take it personally. Because at the end of the day, everybody is a reflection. Like, you are only going to have people around you that reflect you, right? Because who you hang around is essentially who you become. So if you don't like the people who you hang around, or if you don't like yourself, maybe some things you need to be looking at. But we got Biggie, my boy Biggie. Music, I can't even, like Biggie, Juice, and Kid Cudi, I cannot even tell y'all just how much music has gotten me through the the toughest of times. I don't know what it is about music. I think it's knowing that people were in my same position and still made it. You feel me? Still got what they wanted. I think that's what music really is. Because a lot of the music I listen to, I wouldn't say it's people who are in my same position, but people who at least know how, I don't know how to say a certain thing a certain way for people to really be able to sit there and say, like, I could use this one line for so much, you feel me? Like, Biggie, I don't know if y'all have ever listened to his music, but he's got a lot of music that, like, to me, was just like, man, like, life ain't always been easy. Life ain't always gonna be easy, even when it is. Like, there's gonna be some point in life at any time, good, bad, or whatever it is. You feel me? I think that's another conversation, but good and bad to me is not necessarily like, I don't know, good and bad to me don't seem like it is what everybody else. I don't really see good and bad as good and bad, because I feel like those words, even just the connotation that they hold, like when I say bad, what do you think of? Like, somebody like Juice, for instance. People say his music is bad because it's sad, and I think it's interesting that people say it's sad, and just because it's sad, it's bad, right? And that goes back to saying just certain things that you have to be honest with yourself with, right? So now Juice, to me, he got all type of music, right? He got music you can turn up to. He got music you can be sad to. But like, even when you sad, you feel me? I heard that. Actually, I seen it on. I don't know what I was reading. To be honest, it was. Ooh, can't even remember the book. I ain't gonna sit here and waste y'all time. But I was reading a book and it was telling me about how if you listen to sad music when you sad, it'll actually make you happy. Like, you feel me? Like, really think about that.
If you listen to sad music when you're sad, it'll actually make you happy. So the people that say his music is bad because it's sad, right? Are they being honest with yourself? Because
Nowadays, we have people who say that they don't like something or that something's not for them because of the people that they're around. But behind closed doors, of course, they be, oh my gosh, this shit be banging, bro. Like, I think that culture has just gotta stop. You feel me? Be who you are at all times. You feel me? That's something that I really. It's the only thing I can do. Being somebody else at any point in time is too tiring. You know what I mean? Like, in high school, I would definitely say that I put on certain facades. Because I kind of fit in with everybody, you feel me? I didn't necessarily fuck with everybody. Like, I wouldn't hang out with everybody outside of school, you know what I mean? But in school, you would see a motherfucker be talking to shit. I would really talk to anybody. Like, that was just who the type of person I was, you know what I mean? Now I'm really like, you have to show me that I have a reason. Like, I have to have a reason to talk to you. You feel me? I can't waste my time sitting here talking to anybody, because if I could just talk to anybody, if I just sit here and just talk to anybody, shoot, there's gonna be a lot of time wasted. And sometimes when you talk to people, they fool you. You feel me? Because it's a game people play, right? Everybody want to be liked by everybody, right? But sometimes you'll notice that a person that you thought you liked, or a person you thought you was messing with, maybe they not the person that should be around you, right? Not the person who you think you should put yourself around, just because they not on what you on, which goes back to being honest with yourself. A lot of this stuff goes back to the same things, like the foundation. It matters so much, the foundation. And by foundation, I mean your beliefs, your thoughts, your thought process. Just people try not to focus on just they mental, right? But how can you do anything? Anything. Like, for me personally, I said this once and I say it again, like, if I did not focus on my mental, it's certain things I don't think, for to keep it simple, but certain things I definitely would not have if I didn't focus on my mental. If I didn't focus on my mental and I just came down and moved and, like, I don't know, if I stayed the same person, did the same things, had the same habits, I don't know if I'd be here, honestly. Like, real honestly. I don't think I would. I think probably would be somewhere else. Let's just keep it like that. But I'm just being honest, you feel me? Like, I was on the wrong path, you feel me? I definitely was on the wrong path, and I understand that, you feel me? I'm not proud of it, but I'm honest with myself about it. And just already, I know what the wrong path look like. I know what it feel like. I know what it sound like. I know what it tastes like. Damn that, goddamn, like, I can't even tell y'all how much the wrong path. Like, I know what the wrong path is, and it's almost like when I'm on the wrong path, or something that will put me on the wrong path is present in the current moment, right? Like, when that comes about, I almost get the same feeling that I had when I was just not living the life I wanted to live, right? Like, do what makes you happy, you feel me? Do what you know you can do. Do what you believe yourself you can do. don't think yourself you can do it. Now, I'm not saying you scared and you thinking you gonna mess up. Like, if you mess up, you mess up, right? You can always go back. You never just out the damn picture, right? So, with that being said,
you gotta get serious with your life. You definitely gotta get serious with your life. And once you get serious with your life, you gotta stay serious with your life. Because even letting up one day, right? One day is all it takes for something to slip. Because even Juice is a perfect example. I don't know
if everybody will know, because maybe you just honestly don't know, right? I ain't even gonna hold it against you, but my boy Juice, he died in Chicago, where he was born, from popping pills, right? And I could be wrong on some parts, but from what knowledge I have acquired, he died, and it was basically, he was in a situation where he was at the airport, cops was there, right? And he put himself in a situation that he knew it just, hey, maybe it's just my time, right? He knew his time. And if you go back to his music, if you go back to anything, like, I feel like Juice really knew he wasn't gonna be here long, right? And it's something that it comes off as sad, but he's just being honest, right? And it sucks. You feel me? It really sucks, because now, although I didn't know Juice, it sucks because it shows how much power you really have, right? He was at the airport. Cops basically had him in a situation where he was gonna have to get into some legal trouble. Who knows what he was gonna be, what it was gonna happen, how it was gonna go down. But he put himself in a situation where he
just knew it was time. It was time to go. It was time to get it over with. You feel me? But I don't even think it was a situation of he gave up on himself. I think it was a situation of he did what he wanted to do, and he felt like he could, so he did, right? Because of course he had money. Of course he could have probably got himself out of that situation, whatever it may have been. But he didn't. You feel me? He did what he did, and I don't think we, as people who don't know what his situation was like, not even just people who was there, like, y'all gotta really think about just everything that happens in a person's life. Just because a person has money, and I think that's what people fail to realize a lot of the time, it's just because a person has money does not mean anything. Like, it doesn't mean that they happy, it doesn't mean that they like their life, it doesn't mean that shit gets easier. Because honestly, I feel like with money, more money comes more problems. Now, the only thing about more problems is if done right, you feel me? If you focus on the right things, certain problems aren't really problems, right? Like, certain problems are just obstacles in the way. And although sometimes those obstacles may be like a little small pebble, sometimes those obstacles can be a big boulder coming down and shit on some Indiana Jones shit to knock your shit off, right? But in those situations, right, I think the best part about a lesson is it tells you how to deal with those boulders, to turn those boulders into small ass pebbles, right? Turn it into some shit where it's like, damn, like, to somebody else, I know for a fact this will be a problem, but to me, this is no problem. I think that's what life is really about. You feel me? Life to me, at least at this point in time, is
my peace is worth way more than anything. Like, you can't even put a price on my peace, right?
Now, I say all that about money to say, of course,
You need money in this world, like, especially if you live in America. For most of my viewers, you need money, right? You not gonna really be in a situation where you don't need money, like, unless you're doing just, I don't know. From the America that I see, you need money. Like, for me, you need money. You gotta have it.
but at the same time of having to have that money,
I think you need to pay attention more to what are you willing to do to get it. You know what I mean? Like, because you can do a lot of stuff for money. In this day and age, you can do a lot of stuff for money. Like, the amount of money you can really make is wild, for real. But it's not about making the money. It's about doing right by your money, right? Because in doing right by your money, you also doing right by your time. You're not wasting your time. So, I don't know. Take with that from you, which I will, right? Take with that from which I will. But also, before we
call it quits for the day, for the week,
I want to pay attention to this poster. This is currently, and probably, I'm not gonna lie, it's probably gonna go down as my favorite TV show. It's called Rick and Morty. For those who don't know what it is. This show, I think its view on life is very interesting. You have the main character, which would be Rick. He's like he's a scientist, basically. And he's supposed to be like the smartest man in the universe type stuff. And his outlook on life really is like nothing matters. Like, so you can do anything. You know what I mean? So
he has his grandson, which they go and just do crazy stuff, and his grandson is the type of person to like really doubt things. You feel me? He tries to be very real, like in the aspect of like just real. You feel me? Like real life, basic type shit. Like, oh, you can't do that. You're not supposed to do that. This shit isn't supposed to be this way. Like type shit. But with Rick being the smartest man in the universe, like, they get in a lot of situations. And even though Rick may not know what to do off bat, right? At some point in time in the situation that he's in, he's already come up with a plan and he's already steps ahead. And Morty never really realizes that. You feel me? I guess at one point he kind of does, just to end the show. But I ain't gonna talk about the show too much, just because, you feel me? I want y'all to go watch the show. It's actually a really good show. It's kind of one of those shows that you gotta pay attention to more of the stuff that they saying than the stuff that they doing. As you can see, it has a lot of quotes on here. Really, it's just an overall good poster, to be honest. I like it. Got the middle finger right here. You feel me? It says "Peace Among Worlds" under it. It's just some inside jokes. But with that, we're gonna end it, bro. We're gonna cut it. I hope to see y'all next week on the next video. Hope y'all enjoyed. Go ahead, hit the like. Go ahead, hit the subscribe. Go ahead, share it. You feel me? Go ahead, comment something. Oh, before we actually cut it off, I wanted to help a certain person out. So this person reached out to me, and this person reached out to me and was just like, you feel me? They go through cycles of life, right? And they go through those really good moments and those really bad moments, and they feel like in those really good moments, they're always looking for that like really bad thing to happen type shit. Because if you look it up, there's something called the fucking, which is an actual thing. It's the bad that follows the good, right? So they said, I've been feeling like life is all about ups and downs, so every time something good happens, I'm thinking about how it will be worse soon. And they was just like, any tips to like live in the moment, you know what I mean? And not worry about the bad that follows the good, right? For me personally, I don't know everything, of course. I only know what works for me, and what works for me because I definitely can get like that sometimes, but what works for me, I would say, is I try not to focus on the bad. You feel me? I try to prep and prepare and just be ready for the bad to happen. And most importantly, when the bad does happen, I try not to, what I mean by what I try not to focus on it, I try to focus on how do I transform that bad into some good? You feel me? How can I make that bad be a better situation, at least? You know what I mean? Like, and then when it gets good, you just gotta be grateful. You feel me? You can't wish to be anybody else, right? Because at the end of the day, you're not gonna be nobody else. So, once again, it goes back. Everything goes back to that foundation. If you build that foundation up here, because that's where it all starts, bro. It all start up here. Bro. Like, if it ain't right up here, it's not gonna be right nowhere, right? Your money ain't gonna be right. Nothing's not right. If your mind ain't right, nothing's not gonna be right. But if you build that good foundation, you feel me? You trust yourself, know that you got yourself, and you just bet on yourself every time, right? Have that confidence in yourself and just know that you got it. No matter what it is, you got it, right? Never think just because a bad situation, it's always there, right? It's always there. Just because it's always there doesn't mean that it won't be a pebble, right? Doesn't mean something that it's not something that you can't just walk over. You know what I mean? Just because it's bad doesn't mean it's bad. Me and my boy Darrell, we a couple months ago, we had got into like a heated discussion, and he was like, bro, there's no such thing as good, bad, like, because I was saying I'm a necessary evil, right? Because evil is necessary, right? If you don't know how dark something is, how do you supposed to know what the light looked like? You feel me? Like, the main thing about that is you have to make your demons your friends, right? Like, a lot of people say they fighting demons nowadays, and that's just a way of them saying that they fighting their own mental, right? When you fight your own mental, just know you're always gonna lose, right? That's not the point, to fight your own mental. The point is to be able to say, okay, that's my mental. Now how can I get past it, right? That's my demon. But even though this is my demon, this is my good demon and my bad demon. You feel me? We got two. So, don't think it's just always supposed to be rainbows and cherries, right? Sometimes you gotta go through that tunnel to get to the light, right? And in that tunnel, it ain't no lights, right? It's just a tunnel. It's straight darkness. But it's always a light at the end. It sounds cheesy, y'all, but shit, that's what you gotta pay attention to. But I'm going. Thank y'all for watching. Y'all already know. I already did that. I ain't saying it again. Deuces.